deliberate transition there, shouldn't I? So how is the sound check going? Seems okay. Not very high on the input though. We'll have to adjust the game sound accordingly. Ah, and you get to see me playing around with the sound anyway. Magnus, founder, subscriber on an 8-month streak. Thank you for being with us the whole way. Alrighty. So, a couple of things different here. Oh no, the game is actually muted at the moment. We'll get into that in just a bit. Because the sound setup is super duper primitive right now. I have no microphone, no headset, no nothing, no input capture devices. Wasn't going to do Orion Trail again so soon, if ever. But fate has intervened. My roommate has caught COVID and is quarantined upstairs, which is also where all my streaming gear is. Yeah, maybe I should shut off the chroma key. This background is clearly not designed for it. So I'm streaming from my easy chair in the basement with only my laptop to work with. So this is like the laptop's built-in webcam. I mean, I've got a TV tray like stacked on top of my lap to bring the laptop high enough so that there's a decent angle on the camera. This is all really hacked together despite just using a laptop. Oh, do. Okay, filter, turn off. Filter, turn off. There we are. Okay, this is what I look like when I'm not a ghost. And I guess, yeah, I might be stuck with that volume. You might have to turn it up on your end. Oh, let's see here. Let's open. Alright, so I'm trying to find. This is me not being a Windows person coming back to bite me in the ass here. Where in Windows would I find a place to control the microphone gain? Because it is not in the volume mixer. That's only got my outputs. Oh, I'm sure your speakers are bad, but I can also see in the graphic equalizer that, I'm not pushing my flashy green lines into the yellows like I usually do. Also, let's make sure I got this configured correctly. Okay, display settings, I'm assuming sound, output, input. Yep, device properties. Let's crank that mother up. Okay, the mother having been cranked up. Let's take a look back in the... Whoa, yeah. No, I'm in the red now. Let's turn that down a little. How about that? Is that better? I think we're a little closer to the sweet spot here. Okay, having done that, we're going to mix in the game sound, and let's see how doable this is. Minding you, I might not... Grover, play nice. There, how did that clapping sound? Alright, so let's see here. How is the sound mix now? Considering for the fact that you're probably hearing an echo as the microphone is picking up the game sound. Because for some reason, if I mute the system, the sounds for the chat commands doesn't play. Excessive white noise, that's bad. One moment here. We will get this. Like, every time I open my mouth, it's nothing but white noise. Like, this is anything new. Okay. Okay. Test ones. Syphilis. Dysentery. Now this is probably, I mean, if it's reasonable, this is probably as best as we're going to do. All part of the excitement. Well, actually, just wait till the furnace kicks on. That'll probably mess everything up. Oh well. We've done enough playing around. I cannot... As much as I want to put off my fate longer, I don't think I can. So what this is going to come down to... Oh, incidentally, I do have one special preview here. Since, you know, eating stuff is just going to be part of... I mean, I'm out of Kit Kats, so I've got to keep the gimmick going somehow. So, in recognition of this whole doomsday reason for the stream, and, you know, the whole space food thing as well, kind of, not really. I have here an ice cream sandwich that is freeze-dried, allegedly ready to eat, and is shelf-safe until 2023. So this isn't going to something that... Ooh, key lime Kit Kats. Like, when I'm allowed out of the house again, I'm going to have to find some of those. Thank you. It's only shelf safe until 2023, so this probably wouldn't be good for your bomb shelter, you know, for the next plague. But this is going to be weird nonetheless. Okay, it's wrapped up in this. And, oh, this might be a bad idea. This is super dusty. And cracked open, but, you know, you can see it better that way. Kind of looks like a regular ice cream sandwich. So the ice cream has a consistency of a Lucky Charms marshmallow. The flavor is non-existent. And I don't think I'm having another bite. Like, it wasn't awful, but it was just... it was nothing. Alright, well, I will be well preserved for later, I suppose. And the cats are circling. You might see one of them jump in front of me. What are you doing, Grover? You are not jumping onto the laptop, Grover. Yep. Incidentally, also because of Grover, there will be no, like, hydrate commands are unredeemable. Because I can't have a drink down here without Grover, like, without needing to protect it from Grover, basically. And I've got to keep track of too many things during the stream to protect the drink. So that's going to be that. I'll be freeze-dried just like that ice cream by the time we're done here. And in the meantime, we gotta check out the quadrilateral quadrant. Galaxy Force doesn't know much about this angular area. Truth be told, they find the entire quadrant very obtuse, and they hope that someone can chart it out. That was a cute angle pun. No, bottles is definitely a thing in my city, but I don't have bottles. So that's that. Fresh out of bottles. Okay. So our captain, as we know before, from the last time we played, the secret to even having a chance is to grab, whoever's got the highest single individual stat. Only one of these characters has a 3 in any stats, so we're going with Captain Forever here. And I'm open to new names. Now, CW suggested in the Discord that we make a bunch of Voyager jokes, but I'm not sure if the crowd here has actually has any of those for me. So, if you want to have a name for the captain, speak now, or I'm going to name them Sid Did Nothing Wrong. Grapefruit it is. Captain Grapefruit. Alright, we've got a pretty long character limit here. That's good. We've got options. Alright, Captain Grapefruit and their intrepid first officer. Let's see, are there any automatic wins here? Okay, so we have a choice between two here. Both of them have 2 in tactics, but one of them has 1 in bravado, and the other has 1 in science. So who do we want? The human or the humanoid? Going for science. And our first officer should be named what? Looks like you're in control here, Magnus. If the rest of our usual customers are here, they're staying quiet. So we might be able to get through this with you naming everybody. Interceptor. Interceptor, but spelled correctly. Gotcha. Well, that might be spelled correctly. Next up, our chief engineer. Alright, so we do have somebody with a 3. So, that's going to be an automatic win here. And who is our chief engineer? What is her name? Ah, that's what you get, Dio. Dio, you're not allowed to name anybody until the whammy sounds. Like the automatic one, that is. Glenda. And finally, our communications officer. Let's see. Now we've got one person with a 2, so 7-11 is going to win. Looks like we have a Voyager joke anyway. But Magnus, what are we going to rename our communications officer? Oh, automatic whammy. You better hurry before Dio gets to name her. Dio it is. So here's our goal. We've got quite a ways to get there. Fantastic name, isn't it, Dio? Okay, so we know we need fuel. We know we need food. We've got 4 credits left to spend on crew hull or to save it to buy things later. Yeah, this is going to be our toughest run yet. Actually, we can't. No, we have to spend them all. Blah. Getting ahead of myself here. You know, I don't mind tripling down instead of doubling down. Though I feel like I probably should have gone for more red shirts. Well, we can always skip the away missions if we need to. Okay. We got a dwarf star and a B star. No, not B stars. A class B star. Alrighty, so what are we gonna do? We gonna go for food or are we gonna go for crew? Because frankly, stocking up on both of them would be a good idea. So thinking ahead, so that's crew and the possibility of hull, or oh well, if we go on the food route, we can take crew as the next one. So does that change your calculus, Dio? Okay. Food, then crew. Dimensional Risp. Dimensional Lisp, I guess. Your monoculator whirls to life, alerting you to a developing interdimensional rift ahead. This is your chance. Rifts like this one are the pinatas of deep space. Be ready for anything. Alright, so our diplomacy is 6. No zeros, that's nice. So we are going to pick diplomacy whenever we have an opportunity to. Your communications officer, Dio, sends a general greeting into the rift and waits politely for a response. Yes, have you heard the good news, Magnus? You make contact with a stranded, Nutra-paced tanker within the rift. While there were a few harrowing close calls, you managed to rescue the food. Oh, and the pilot. He's probably important too. Hey, we got crew and food already after the first one. How about that? Alright, so the next option is crew. But seeing as we did get a little crew already, we could go for this one, which could give us a stat boost, which might come very much in handy later. Oh, let's try to get it a little more comfortable here. Meow, Snowy. Might as well keep our options open. Oh, Snowy, don't chew on that freeze-dried crumb there. Okay, the alien science vessel. The sensors detect a highly advanced alien science vessel ahead. It seems to be conducting invasive and elaborate scans of the ship. You make a note to change your password and prepare to take action. We're going to hail them, and I'm going to clear my throat loudly. I send a transmission to the vessel and try to maintain my diplomatic composure. Alright, it worked. They apologizing, admitting they didn't think you were intelligent enough to detect their scans. They wish to follow you and document the rest of your mission, offering some fuel as a gift. You welcome the documentarians aboard. More crew, more fuel. I like it. We get a little bit of everything we need. So up next, we've got the Class V Star, which has the mystery prize. Also a mystery prize for the Orange Nebula. So let's see, the Nebula can lead to Hull. The Pink Star can lead to more mystery. And of course, going to either of them can take us on an away mission. Yes, Magnus. Just like in real life, I put all my points into BSing. Suppose it doesn't really matter. We're probably going to the planet anyway for maximum entertainment value. Oh, tactics. This is, we're probably going to lose this one. After making first contact with the Turgans, you return to your personal shuttle and realize you lost your keys. Your whole life is on that keychain. Your comm tag, keys to the shuttle, and the Omega Mart Save-A-Lot Club key tag. This is bad. Alright, so both of these are equal choices, so what do you want, guys? You want me to pound on the hull of the shuttle? Or do you want me to ask the Targaryens for help? Alright, we'll give that hull a good pounding. You have no keys and can't call anyone. Someone's got to be inside the shuttle. You start pounding on the outside hull of the small ship, hoping someone will hear you and investigate. Yep. You pound and pound and pound. The good news is that your ship appears to be very well insulated. The bad news is that you now have a few fist-shaped dents in it. You just got this thing waxed too. So my 1 point bravado is now gone. Not a major disaster though. A nocturnal planet detected. Scanners are detecting an eerie nocturnal planet. And sensors are also detecting a snowy kitty. Sensors are detecting an eerie nocturnal planet nearby with a single green glowing moon. Apparently it's chock full of loot and natural resources. This could be a valuable opportunity. Are you going to check it out? Form an away team. Alright, so we need to pick an away team leader. So who'd be good for this away team? We've got Interceptor, Dio, and Glenda. Should we, we should probably just send Dio on all the away teams, I think. Not because we're trying to get Dio killed or anything. Goodness, no. That's okay, Dio. We're going to send you on the away team well prepared. You don't have to worry about a thing. A hunched figure as green as the planet's moon stands patiently before your team. This moonman gestures for your team to follow him below ground, a smile frozen upon his face. Not so fast, Mr. Green Greens. You're calling the shots here. I think they meant I'm calling the shots here. Alright, so we can search the surface first, or we can follow the moon man underground. Or, we can hightail it out of here. But where's the fun in that, right, Snowy? Moon man! I am not a cat. Okay, fine. You tell Dio to follow the moon man. He smiles blankly at Dio and then leads your squad below ground. Your team descends deep into the planet, following the moon man. They file into a cramped cavern filled with crates and debris. Someone sneezes. The tunnel behind quakes and caves in. Your team is trapped. Okay. We have no points in any of these skills on the away team, so choose that destiny, guys.
Choose your destiny.
Alright, so our first option is that we can utilize the experimental teleport bells, or we can search the crates for something useful, or we can consult with the moon man. Alright, we are consulting. Hopefully the moon man has a minimum charge of 4 hours for consulting. Dio turns to the enigmatic moon man and shrugs. The entire crew awaits his response with bated breath. Dio, you let someone die. The moon man whips out a pickaxe and starts to dig. Dio and the team follow close behind through twists and turns to the dark. You lose Herbert Shangley somewhere along the way, but you find some mushrooms. Dio leads the away team into an ancient and dusty crypt. A stone casket stands ominously in the center of the crypt, undisturbed. The moon man gazes at it, still holding his stiff smile. How should your team proceed? You gonna pop open that casket, or are you just gonna let it go? Oh, Magnus wants to open. And there goes the furnace. How's the white noise, fellas? Your wish is Dio's command, clearly. And soon the rest of the team is working together to lift the lid off the grim casket. The Moon Man looks on. To the team's horror, a tangled mess of old bones heaves itself out of the casket. The Bone Fling's 4 skulls stare at the team as it reaches into the casket to retrieve a sword and a shield. Dio needs an order. Alright, Dio, we're going to meet it in glorious battle. I didn't sound Dio down there for tea and biscuits. Fight the darn thing. The ghastly Bone Fiend looks over the squad as they try to remain calm and remember their training. Don't faze me, bro. Christy Valune did not remember her training. And she was our squad's best fighter, apparently. She charged the bony behemoth. Soon all 4 of the horror skulls are in a headlock, and your champion is waving everyone toward the door. Such bravery. Okay. Our intrepid team has now arrived in the bowels of a dark, damp dungeon. The pungent stench of mildew emanates from the wet dungeon walls, which are fuzzy with moss. An enormous blob creature, bristling with mushrooms and tendrils, is sleeping soundly in a pool at the center of the passage. Yeesh. Yeah, that was Dio's best shot, and Dio still got somebody killed. But Dio's second best shot might work this time. We're going to slip the beast a laughing capsule. This thing could use a laugh. Giving it a silly pill should render it completely harmless and allow the team to keep moving. Now Dio just needs to pick a volunteer to make the deposit. Oh, so close, Dio. Red the Noodle strides up to the beast and plunges the pill into its maw. It belches out a gassy cloud the same color as the pill into the cadet's face. Then they both laugh themselves to death. Dio, I'm beginning to think you're not leadership material. The away team follows the Moon Man to a ledge that looks out onto a massive bottomless cavern. The only way forward is a crumbling stone bridge leading up to the platform suspended above the pit. That's got to be the treasure! Forward, team! And Dio, you are going to make a daring dash across the bridge. To heck with caution. The treasure is right there. As long as your team moves quickly, you're sure the bridge will hold. Hey, 50-50 chance. We'll still lose it, though. That square was the best possible outcome. Somehow. Breathing heavily and dreaming of a grand reward, your team leaps and bounds across the brittle bridge. Everyone made it. Well, everyone who's left, anyway. At last, what's left of your team has reached the, glowing green rock? Well, at least the Moon Man seems excited. He points at Dio and then toward a large treasure chest. Oh, that's more like it. So, will you open the chest and claim your reward, or let the Moon Man have the treasure? I know you're all about the Moon Man, Dio. Surely you don't want to open the chest for yourself. Surely. Yeah, Magnus. You see, Magnus understands that you should not rob an indigenous people of their possessions. Right? I mean, this treasure belongs to the inhabitants of the planet on which it was found, right? You're not going to be all finders keepers and steal it from them, huh, Dio? got a good point. This isn't exactly Prime Directive territory, is it? Yes, Magnus, it does belong in the museum. But a Moonman museum or a Federation museum? Well, it is Dio's away team, so Dio's open in that chest. There'll be an official reprimand on your report, Dio. But Dio gains a science and a tactics and finds 300 fuel as Dio flips open the chest to reveal a solid brick of cubic turbonium. This hypercondensed ship fuel should last you a long time. You mark the strange nocturnal planet with a smiley face in your ship's database. Alright, Dio. A lot less to beam up than beam down. Moving on toward our next mission. Okay. Now if we want to go on the next away mission, we have to take the lower path. Which, gives us an opportunity to replenish some precious red shirts as well. And of course, we could also go to the asteroid belt where mysterious things are happening. We could get more stat boosts. So what do you think? Going to Class B star or the asteroid belt? Bearing in mind that only the Class B star gives us the opportunity to go to the away mission. But if we skip the away mission, we can go shopping at the Space Alamo. Class B star. A galactic war zone. You've made it to the vast and perilous Vesper Nebula. An endless battle between the Takoshans, a chili powder people, and the Oculoids, a minor eyeball squid federation, rages across the nebula. Okay, set bullshit to full power, and try to negotiate a ceasefire. You invite the leaders of both factions to come aboard your ship for negotiations. Success. The negotiations are tense, but you reach an agreement. Crew from both sides agree to join you, and the Talk Oceans cater a celebratory buffet aboard your ship. Sadly, the Oculoid leader has a violent allergic reaction, which ends the meal. Okay. We have a decision. If we go to the Class V star, we can then proceed to the away mission. But if we go to the Class G star, we can go to the trading post. So, should we prioritize the trading post or the planet? Yeah, Dio, 4 crew, we got back everybody you killed. Ooh, Dio wants to go to the trading post instead of killing more people. What do you say, Magnus? Also the trading post. Alright. Have it your way. Okay. We're being hailed by a plump, cross-legged alien in a scruffy bathrobe, tube socks, and sandals. Namaste. I am the Dotin Dali, Guru of Goodwill. Evil abounds in the galaxy, so I'm bathing all passing ships in a ray of pure joy and love. Okay. Evasive maneuvers. Launch a probe into the rainbow. I mean, we're going to thank the Guru for his gift, because that's what the numbers say. But that is hilarious. Those are some great options. killed your mother's rainbow last night, Trebek. My Sean Connery suffered a critical error and was shut down before I could even get the words out. Why are we making these rolls? Oh no, we lost crew anyway. The crew loves everything now. They love their garbage too much to throw it away. They love their clothes too much to change them. They love their food too much to eat it. A few of them starve, but oh well, more to go around. Okay. So we've committed to the trading post, but we can still flake out and go to the Class X star. I'm assuming you guys are still gung-ho for the Space Alamo. And then we can rent a car. We've arrived at the Space Alamo, popular trading hub for the Takoshans, as well as a variety of other local species. The Chili people seem to run a tight ship around here, so it should be pretty safe to stop for a spell. Alright, we don't need to rest because everyone's at full HP. So we're at the Space Farmers Market, where we can trade for resources or go to the bar. Well, we go to the bar. We can always trade for resources after, but we get to go to the bar once, if you remember how these work. You take a look around. It's packed with the lively creatures from all around this sector. Who would you like to talk to? There's a lady with power armor, and a guy with a table full of gadgets. Guy with the gadgets. The scraggly bearded man introduces himself as Erlin, a self-titled grand inventor. Yes, but does he do chicken rental? He has two devices, a quantum converter for the ship's computer, and a device he swears will make you luckier. So we can boost our science, or we can boost our bravado. I think that since science is the stronger of the two stats, let's just keep cranking it up. The inventor beams. Oh yes, this will convert your inefficient trinary quantum computer to the all-new quadratic systems. If you could donate a few assistants, I'd be very appreciative. His stomach growls. I also work for food. So does this mean he's going to eat his assistants? Yeah, we did just get a whole bunch of food, so you're right, Magnus, let's give it to him. Alrighty, after finalizing the details of the trade, the two of you shake hands. The inventor hands you his supposedly functional, and I suppose it would be surprisingly functional too, piece of technology. Alright, let's check out the traders. So crew is especially valuable here. So we can sell our crew to the Takoshans. But we're doing really good on fuel, we're doing really good on food. Nothing's challenged our hull yet. But, you know, our fortunes can change in an instant, as we've seen before. I think I want to keep the crew, though. So let's just go. let's see what our options are here. Alright, another planet coming up, but not for a while. We can get more food at the Dwarf Star, or something else, possibly more stat boots at the B Star. What's your pleasure, guys? Dun 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 dun. What's this? A stranded tanker. Oh. You receive an SOS signal from the Kobayashi Maru. Apparently, if it's stranded and taking a beating from the fast-moving asteroids. Based on the telemetry of some of the asteroids, you don't have much time. Save the crew or save the fuel. Agnes still likes his rainbows probed. The fuel, you got it. The besieged crew cheer as you fly closer, but fall silent once they realize what's happening. One asteroid later, their communication cuts out. You're too late, Dio. You could have made a difference. You are hailed by a nearby planet, Procurium, which customarily flags down travelers to have them weigh in on legal matters. You agree and find your task is to settle the dispute over a property line between two of the planet's inhabitants. Alright, diplomacy is by far the best option here. Mostly because of the attribute scores. So we're going to listen to all sides before judging. You can't be less qualified than the average space traveler, for the Procurians typically ask for these matters, so you figure why not? You at least make sure you're getting the whole story first. Ooh, that was close. The Procurians are amazed at my fair treatment of them. So amazed, in fact, they forget all about the dispute and throw a feast in my honor to celebrate my wise ways. Alright. Next up, we've got more food at a Class B star, or more fuel at an asteroid belt. And maybe we won't even have to kill somebody to get it. Class B star does have a lower difficulty than the asteroid belt. Food it is, Magnus. What? Oh, we broke a warp axle. Knew I should have been a carpenter. After much wear and tear, the warp axle has finally given up the ghost. By which we mean the warp axle was forcibly ejected from the warp core and then out of your ship. It's in space now. Ooh, a space joust. Well, this could be bad. You're hailed by an angry Vrak. I've flown into their territory without permission. According to tradition, I must now face the Vrak champion in a space joust for the right to pass. As the interloper, I may choose the type of space joust. We can joust with marshmallows, narwhals, or hoppy balls. So, we stand to gain food in all of them. We stand to lose crew in all but the marshmallow joust, which we could lose hull instead, because clearly. Narwhal, causing a commotion in the ocean of stars. Hey, as long as you have to do this, you're gonna go big or go home. Narwhals. It'll be great. Seriously. Fail. no such thing as a trained narwhal. The second the champion attempts to ride the narwhal, she's thrown, then gored, and then the narwhal skewers some spectators. At least that also happens to the Vrax. Ooh, the interceptor got hurt, and there goes another 4 crew. We're gonna blame Dio for this. Okay, only one place to go from here. Another asteroid belt. Whoa! We encountered a gravestone. Sensors indicate that there is some sort of floating memorial nearby. My navigator asks if we want to make the short detour to check it out. Kristoff lived like a shooting star, then got hit by one. Live long and prosper. As soon as you finish receiving the message, 2 anti-ship weapons pop out of the ground and target the Indestructible II. By the time you're able to escape, you've taken a few shots. Oh man, they're coming for our hull now after I just said we didn't need more. I awaken with a start. I've been gagged and tied to a chair. Oh hey, we got this one last time. The room is dark, and I struggle to see anything. Suddenly, several of my crew burst in through the door, their eyes lock expectantly with yours. Okay, time for diplomacy. Your crew immediately turns off the light, and you hear a rush of footsteps. Beauty. The lights turn back on. The crew arranged a surprise birthday by force party for me. Although some of the snacks are spilled from being shuffled in the dark, everyone has a smashing time. Hey! Interceptor gained a bravado. Only cost us 3 food. That wasn't so bad at all. Alright, off to the Class O star. Boy, we're getting waylaid pretty often. Another gravestone. Danalog. Emaciated beyond recognition. What's this? My personal Anomo locator starts chirping like crazy. It turns out there's some unusual properties with this gravestone, and I take some readings. Hey, we've got both diplomacy and science up to 6. That's pretty solid. Ooh. Oh, the huge manatee. An enormous space manatee looms before the ship. For the secondary directive, you order the ship to engage the majestic creature. For science. Closer. Closer. Too close! The manatee lunges, swallowing the ship whole. We can attempt to communicate with the creature. You turn on the exterior speakers and hope the creature understands your attempts to communicate. I suppose I should be trying to go for... I should be aping Patrick Stewart's intonation rather than William Shatner, since this is our second trip out, right? I'll give that a go. Probably won't be as easy. Maybe I should just... Yeah, we'll just do that instead. That's good enough, right? You're not sure if it understands you, but the creature opens its mouth. You seize the opportunity, flying out of its mouth and gain some distance from the creature. Tactical reports a lightly digested crate of Nutripace is stuck to your ship. Yay? Alright. Away to... Fine, fine. Luxury cruise? You discovered an adrift Galaxy Force shuttle full of crew that were trying to go on shore leave. They're grateful for the rescue, but also a little bummed that you're putting them straight to work. Just in time. Now you're all going to go onto the planet and Dio's going to get you killed. Darkness falls across the land. The midnight hour is close at hand. Creatures crawling in search of blood to terrorize your neighborhood. And whomsoever shall be found without the soul for getting down shall stand and face the hounds of hell and rot inside a something that... Oh well. We got further through that than I thought I'd get. Corpse's shell? You're hailed by a jerry-curled zombie in a studded red leather jacket from a nearby moon. The alien raises one sequined glove in greeting, inviting you to the surface. Are you curious enough to form an away team? You damn straight I am. Okay, so Dio's got some nice bonuses from the last mission, so maybe we can pump those tires a little more. The yellow-eyed leader, Jackson, greets you. The Pop Zombies' entire society has been built around a single Earth transmission from the year 1983. Leather-clad daddies, I mean zombies, look at you expectantly. What do you do next? We're gonna follow Jackson's lead. Dio suggests this moon deserves a closer look, and you agree. You give the order to explore and follow this strange Jackson character. As the away team ambles along, Action Jackson, king of the Pop Zombies, asks a favor of the crew. Would they act as extras in a soft drink commercials he's filming? Oh no, 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 no. There will be cool pyrotechnics and everything. It will be perfectly safe. Okay, you want to do the commercial or politely decline? Alright, let's see who gets killed. Oh, during a pyrotechnical malfunction, Jackson and Dio are injured on the set. Dio better appreciates the danger of pyrotechnic displays from now on and attempts to press on. We could use the tactics. Oh, so now we actually have a choice here because we gained the tactics. As they explore the moon, your team finds a creepy, abandoned amusement park. It's probably unsafe, but looks oddly inviting. As the team ventures towards it, a menacing horde of abandoned llamas charges from the trees nearby. You can try to step aside, or you're gonna do a llama battle. Ooh, llama battle. We are not saving the drama for the llama. We're going all in. The team, having trained for this exact situation in the academy, gets into formation, sets its phasers to stun, and each person aims at one llama. Ready, aim, fire! Alright, that's perhaps overkill. I mean, it's a llama. Phaser number 1 is just fine. The stunned llamas fall to the ground. Huh. That was easy. Llama burgers for everyone! Alright, and we got a third stat to 2 for you, Dio. How about that? Ooh. You encounter a sidewalk where some of the tiles light up. They appear to form a pattern. Dio considers their options. We can solve the puzzle or jump over the sidewalk. We're solving that puzzle. With a few scrapes, your crew dances on the sidewalk until the tiles light up in exactly the right pattern. Jackson hosts a special reception with the traditional beverages only served to those who can get down. It tastes strangely like fuel. Ah, Dio, you got somebody killed again. Jackson faces the away team and informs Dio that it is customary for all new arrivals to participate in a dance-off. Those who succeed will be rewarded handsomely. Those who fail, not so much. Okay, so our good options are dance attack and to question the rules. Ooh, dance attack. Hiya! The team gets into formation and commences a choreographed ballroom blitz. Lost another one. The zombies pop, lock, and drop it. But then Dio pops, locks, drops, and stalks it. Victory! One of the crew, getting carried away, tries to pop, lock, stalk, drop, stalk, and drop it. There's a reason that no one ever drops it. But more bravado. Dio is now highest in bravado. Ooh, an ethical dilemma though. The pop zombies are really cool. It's clear that they don't understand the context of the transmission they've built their entire civilization around. Should Dio tell Jackson? Do you tell Jackson the truth, Dio, or do you keep the secret? Alright, we're going full Galaxy Quest here. Your officer explains the context of the video their society is built on. Jackson asked, "Why? Why?" They answer, "It's human nature." After thinking a while, Jackson decides the information doesn't matter. They like things exactly as they are. And, whoa, Dio! You gained a diplomacy. You now got a point in every stat. Well, there you go. You know, we gained a lot of food, we gained a lot of fuel. You gained 3 stat points, and it only cost you 2 crew this time. You're getting more efficient, Dio. Despite any differences, both your team and the pop zombies have enjoyed your visit. As you prepare to leave their moon, your new friends throw you a super fun farewell party and send you packing with lots of leftovers. What swell zombies. Well, our food's just about topped out. Now we go to the Class X star. planet of the primates. You discover a planet populated by humanoid creatures with freakish ape heads. Since they appear to be intelligent creatures, you open negotiations to barter with them. They send a delegation to your ship. Okay, so our best option is science, in which we can study the monkeys. Oh boy, we can get some crew killed. How lovely. You do need to barter with the apes for fuel, but for the sake of science, shouldn't you also pursue the opportunity to study these majestic creatures? Science! Alright, science, blind me. The apes tell you anything you want to know. One scientist gets a bit too intrusive with her studies and is accidentally crushed by a gorilla. Her sacrifice was not in vain. You learn the space gorilla hair makes high efficiency fuel. Okay, we've got a Class G star with a mystery prize, and a Class G star with a mystery prize. Should we go to the Class G star or the Class G star? Yeah, the gorilla did rip them in half. What? Stop, collaborate, and listen. ICE is back with a brand new invention. Your logistics officer has scheduled an all-day team-building seminar. Sure, you won't remember their names, but it was nice to mingle with the Reds a bit. Oh. Was that well ripped for yourself, Silver? You got the lurk on. Alright, we cranked up that diplomacy some more, so that was worth it. And now we're not even using it. We're using our weakest stat instead. Damn it, Dio. Suddenly, your ship slows. You have some parasailers attached to your ship's back bumpers, screaming with happy abandon. That was not screaming with happy abandon, Dio. They're a thrill-seeking race of extreme space sports enthusiasts known as the Parkouri. Alright, so we can get rid of them. Or we can suggest a parkour duel. Ooh, getting rid of them risks the hull, though. Maybe we shouldn't do that. We've only got 5 hull, but we've got 21 crew to burn through. Parkour! Simple enough. If Galaxy Force wins, the Pakori have to leave the Indestructible II alone. If the Pakori win, you'll make them have an extreme trophy. Oh, look at that. I'm getting much better rolls this game. Where was this before? These poor young fools don't know all about the extreme parkour training battery that's required for all Galaxy Force cadets before they can graduate the academy. The Pakori get schooled, and they stay aboard to learn some more bodacious moves. I'm sorry. Bodacious moves! Alright, we just got 10 crew and a little extra bravado. Okay, up next we've got the Green Nebula with food, or the Class G star with food. No difference in difficulty, and no difference in where we go after. So just, do you like nebulas or do you like stars? Natural 20 indeed. Alright, Nebula. That's our endorsement of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, right? Oh, Interceptor. Your robotic lab assistant has been dropping beakers and bottles all day. Eventually you discover its new hands were installed upside down by a certain someone. Alright, we lost science. After a mysterious illness. Who'd ever thought of that? After investigating a nebula, a number of my crew become ill. Well, that number's kind of important. What is it? Their skin turns green, and they soon start sprouting tentacles from there everywhere. The ship's doctor recommends quarantining them. Alright, so diplomacy is far and away our best option here. So we are going to contact a nearby ship for help. Long-range sensors pick up a passing vessel. The ship changes course immediately. Alright, this is where we somehow fail, right? Good, good, good. The aliens arrive in hazmat suits and begin administering what I assume is a cure for the disease, along with rations for the next few days. Soon, the crew returns to normal. Hooray! Yeah, we know that can happen. We were at maximum food, so we didn't actually gain anything. Forms and formalities. The Admiral hails you, asking for a quick favor. Can you retrieve the Jeliac Ambassador from Nurbis 4? You're the only ship in the quadrant. He understands if you don't have time. Why wouldn't you have time? The planet's just right there. Alright, Dio. Go get the Ambassador. The team is herded into a long customs line. When your team finally reaches the booth and shows their interstellar passports, a stern, uninformed hippoclop blinks its eye at Dio and booms, "Anything to declare?" Let's see. Our best option is bravado. Oh, make declarations, alright. Dio jumps onto the counter and yells to everyone in the room, "Yeah, I got something to declare. I declare this planet to be awesome!" And begins whooping and playing the air guitar. It's a bold plan, Dio. Let's see how it turns out. It's that air guitar, man, I'm telling you. This is just what the hippoclops need to relieve their tense atmosphere. Party time! Excellent! The Terrorism Suspicion Agency provides a buffet filled with confiscated food products. The whole galaxy will be talking about this party for weeks. We survived. And Dio's diplomacy joins the 2 Club. So it's just the science lagging now. Crack a book or something, Dio. After customs, the team meets the Jeliac Ambassador. It's awkward. Jeliacs are liquid beings. The Ambassador is a jar of pink liquid with eyeballs floating in it. Or are those marshmallows? Creepy. Will you escort the jar to high command? Or is this just too weird? Alright, so are we going to escort the Jeliar? Or are you going to verify that it's the Ambassador? Escort, okay, who cares who they are? Dio's saying that all the Jeliacs look the same. Dio clears their throat and greets the Jeliac Ambassador, offering assistance. The Ambassador's voice echoes in the minds of the away team, thanking them and suggesting that they be off together. The team and the Ambassador are ready to go, but one problem. It's illegal to take more than 100 milliliters of liquid off the planet, says Nervous Force Terrorism Suspicion Agency. This throws a bit of a wrench into the mission. What will you do? Alright, even weight to these options, so we've got a proper one. You can sneak the Jelliac out, you can claim diplomatic immunity, or you can just straight up charge the gate. I mean, probably not charge the gate because we already got plenty of food. Diplomatic immunity. This should be a good plan. I mean, the Jelliac's an ambassador after all. Dio argues that the Jelliac ambassador, an interstellar official, has diplomatic immunity and therefore should be allowed to pass. It's not his fault he's a liquid life form. Okay, we're gonna get a red shirt killed here, right? Didn't land on a red shirt, but they might die anyway. Let's see what happens. The stern Hippoclop disagrees. The law is the law! Matt Goose Shrubble and the Hippoclop argue the laws of diplomacy. Things get heated. They come to blows. In the ensuing melee, 2 of the crew and the Hippoclop are arrested. Well, at least the Hippoclop also... Alright, so no! You didn't lose 1 crew this time, Dio. You lost 2! Good job! At the shuttle, the team finds an armed guard of Hippoclops surrounding it. An audit of our customs paperwork finds that you failed to visit the space notary for the proper stamp. Your leave is denied. Proceed to customs immediately. Alright, time to appeal. You got 2 diplomacy. You might be appealing. Dio is quick to demand an appeal. The highest-ranking Hippoclop sighs and escorts the away team to the appeals line, which is even longer than the customs line. Now, you're going to bring the form from the blue form from line 3 over to line 17. You got that? The away team prepares for their customs appeal. Dio steps up to the podium in front of an appeals committee of 3 angry hippos who will hear and rule on their appeal. Okay, so we got 2 options here. We can let the ambassador speak, or you can pretend that you don't speak hippo at all. Alright, why do work ourselves? Let's make that jar carry its weight. Dio places the jar containing the ambassador atop the podium, waiting to hear how the liquid diplomat will address the situation. It's his specialty after all, and oh dear God. That was the worst spot to land on. It's all your fault, Dio. You should have done it yourself. The ambassador begins his mind speech. The center hippo stands up, holding his head. Telepathic speech is not an authorized mode of communication. The team is jailed until such time as telepathy is allowed. The conditions were deplorable. Wow, you lost 5 this time, and we're not even done yet. The team won its customs appeal, but now have to obtain a specific sticker to be affixed to the shuttle, allowing departure from Nirbus 4 space. Enough, cries the ambassador telepathically. I invoke trial by combat. Wait, what? Alright, well, we've got some bravado here. Nobody. I didn't expect a wedgie. Nobody expects a wedgie. Our chief weapon is surprise. Surprise and fear. Our 3 main weapons are surprise, fear, and ruthless efficiency. Showing real and substantial maturity, Dio whispers to the team that their strategy is to give wedgies to the Hippoclops. They're probably not wearing underwear, right? That's going to be the issue. Oh, man. How many red shirts we losing this time? Templeton Seldmer reaches under the armor of one hippoclop and yanks its underwear up. Hard. Schwip! They rip, slingshotting the crew member into the other hippoclop's spiked mace. The rest of the fight is more of the same. We're down to one red shirt. You're getting a TPK, Dio. Finally, you delivered the Jelliac ambassador to the space station, where the Admiral is there to greet you. He thanks you for your help and reminds you to be sure and fill out all the away mission reports. Cry and fill out more forms. Or leave without doing your paperwork. Yeah, it's the responsible thing to do. Alright. Because you cried, you lost a bravado. But because you filled out the forms, you gained a tactics. When the liquid Jelliac ambassador returns to his watery planet, he tells tales of your bravery that inspire young Jelliacs. Several of them telepathically apply to join your crew. So, you want to approve the applications? Or discriminate against them for being in jars? Yeah, I'm going to make this decision for you because we need all of the replacement crew we can get because of your blood-thirsty, relentless march of death on every away mission. Alright, oh hey, there's that second point in science. And 11 crew. Well, I guess we came out ahead, though. I mean, a better margin would have been nice. Who cares if they got no arms or bodies? The jars can be stored easily in a closet, and you've just padded your crew members. Okay, let's see what the future is in store for us. Ooh, we're getting close, guys. We're getting close, and that was our last away mission on this trip. So now we just gotta find our way over before we run out of supplies, but that doesn't seem likely. And we've got one more space station. How is this? This was supposed to be a much harder map, but this is the easiest thing we've done. Alright, we got food in the asteroid belt and food in the asteroid belt. What's your pleasure, guys? You want the asteroid belt or the asteroid belt? Well, let's take the high road. Ooh, alien allergens. Yeah, that's been my April, to be sure. A group of adorable, fluffy aliens want to trade you food and fuel for your broken computer parts. What a deal! You invite them on board. Unfortunately, your crew's allergies kick in as soon as they step out of the airlock. We're going to keep the talks going because we have a 9 in diplomacy. Well, you're not going to stop just for some allergies. You tell the aliens those sounds are how humans show respect. The green stuff leaking out of their noses? Also respect. Smooth. You try to block out the sound of your crew's misery. Another crit. This is like our third crit this game. Like, crit success. Hey! More stats and the food we don't need. This is the most aggressive allergen your medbay nerds have ever seen. It almost seems intentional. You managed to sterilize some of it, but it's hardly worth the effort. You load the rest into your torpedo tubes instead. Alright, we got a Class M star with a mystery bundle and a pink nebula with a mystery bundle. Class M star has a greater challenge, but perhaps the reward is also greater. What say you, Navigator? The Class M star it is. Transdimensional fans. You spot unexpected passengers aboard, taking holographic pictures and asking impertinent questions out of your crew. They claim to be fans from another dimension, where your ship, crew, and perils are viewed as popular entertainment. When you're doing the air quotes, you've got to, curl them for every syllable. Alright, well, we've got high diplomacy, so let's give them the grand tour. It's generally best to stay on the good side of transdimensional travelers with knowledge beyond the ken of mortal version. You decide to play the gracious host and treat it as a sort of first contact, giving the fans room to explore. Uh-oh. We almost dialed Class M for murder there. Welcome and plied with local cuisine, the fans applaud and salute your ship, giving you a set of colorful crystals from yet another dimension. They consider them collectibles, but your chief engineer reports that they're a power source. Alright, well, we gave up no food at all, really, and cranked up that fuel. Only one choice from here, the Orange Nebula. Ooh, tactics time. Alarms begin to blare. You've entered space controlled by the Analog Collective. Their rudimentary technology slipped by your sensors. Nearly a dozen hodgepodge cubes float into view. You don't think you've been detected yet. We power down and sneak by, or full power to the engines. We got fuel to burn. I say let's crank those engines. Especially since we've got 5 hull. The analogs hate modern technology, so you're pretty sure you can outrun them. You increase power to your very modern engines and floor it. Let's use some... No. Using your super cool and state-of-the-art engines, you easily outrun the swarm of analog collective cubes. You make note in your tactical database that these guys are still pretty darn slow. Okay, so we've got the Oculoid Hive Station. Nice little trading post. Or we can say screw it and look for fuel in the Pink Nebula. Alright. One in the pink. Ooh. You land the ship at a sleepy fuel depot for a routine fill-up when suddenly all hell breaks loose. Attention lowlifes. This depot has the privilege of being raided by the dazzling and dangerous Laser Beams! Haha, crap. What do we do? Diplomacy I'm certain, right? Oh, we could take some hull poundings if we don't get this, but 9 diplomacy, we got this. We got this. Clearly, Laser Beams have not noticed my gleaming Galaxy Force vessel, but as a favor to her, I hail her, making sure she knows we're there. We wouldn't want anything bad to happen, would we? If you don't want any trouble, Captain, then fill up your stinking ship and stay out of my way! You go with Dazer Beam's wise plan and grab some fuel before you go. Alright, another orange nebula. So close. Ooh, a gravestone? We'll watch another gravestone. Here lies Wolfgang Lange. He defeated himself and won. Ooh, a group of mourners are here, offering baked goods to anyone that passes by. After repeated offers, you accept. Ooh, doggone. A scientist in the medical bay tests a new intelligence serum on his dog. The dog now walks on two legs, talks, and has become the most intelligent being on the ship. Some people even think the dog would make a better captain. Ruh-roh. We got diplomacy still. We can commission the dog as a science officer, eh? You make the dog an advising officer on the science team, realizing it means that one of the other scientists now has to work for his own dog. Alright, let's see if this takes. Whew! What is up with this game? The dog leads the science team in an overhaul of the navigation algorithms in the ship's computer, improving their accuracy by 20%. He wags his tail proudly, asking politely for a biscuit in 7 languages. And we got a biscuit, alright. And 2 people gained a science. Wow, so we've got Diplomacy 9, Science 8 now. Not too shabby. Ooh, suddenly the ship finds itself in a golden haze. What initially appears to be a solar flare is actually a swarm of millions of fireflies. This is remarkable because who ever heard of a firefly in space? Your crew discusses what to do. Alright, so tactics is the strong option here, so we're gonna feed those critters. We got food to burn. You expel some nutripaste into space, thinking the cloud will move on and let you pass without incident if you keep them happy and distracted. Okay. You escape during the ensuing feeding frenzy and see that the cloud has expanded to twice its size. Who knew that feeding the fireflies makes them reproduce? The galaxy will want to know this interesting discovery. Alrighty, so that's 9 and 9. Alright, our last decision, we got the Green Nebula for food, the Class G Star for fuel. We don't need either of them, but we got more headway for fuel. But boy, look at that threat. We're as prepared as we're gonna be. And thank goodness we boosted that science, because we got a science option. One of your ensigns has been reading too much metaphysical philosophy. They've started wondering loudly if they really exist. Or maybe only they exist and everyone else is a figment of their imagination. It's freaking everyone out. Alright, so we're going to research their existence probability. Sure, highfalutin ideas such as existence have typically been the realm of theory and thought, but this crisis demands a more concrete answer, one that uses numbers. You set your best scientists to resolving the issue. Uh-oh. Oh, come on. What about the dog? The dog couldn't get this? I'm sorry to say it, your science officer says glumly, but given our adventures, the probability of our existence is slim. In fact, we're dead in all other timelines. Well, that explains the luck we've been having now, doesn't it? Well, that sucks. Time to stress eat a large amount of nutripaste. just couldn't let me have it? Oh, no, no. Free stat boost now that we don't need stats. You just finished watching the second season of GFPD, Space Crimes Division. Your head is swimming with any new elaborate plots and plans that you can't wait to try. But you're at the end of the mission, so it don't matter. I'm an admirable diplomat. Oh, and here are our sacrifices. Wow. Look at all those successes. Well, kind of. So few failures. We really cranked things. That was a shockingly good run. Oh man. The Gates of McFadden. Named for the famed human explorer who first discovered this sector, this tangled web of space lanes have proven to be quite difficult to traverse. I mean, were you not here for the last two missions, Magnus? Like, we lost all of our crew, we burned through all the food and fuel and had to sit in space and take damage directly to the officer's hit points, waiting for a ship to show up that we could trade to get more. Oh, man. No, we got through the last two by the skin on our teeth. And constantly got critical failures when there was only like one possible failure square on the entire grid. It was ridiculous. We got some, I think we've got at least one clip of that. Oh yeah, they were fun for you. Okay, so this mission took us almost 2 hours. So I think we're just gonna... Like, we're gonna go into 4 hours if we do yet another one. So I think we're gonna call it here. And find someone exciting to raid. So what do you guys think? Who should we go say hi to tonight? Oh, damage control blog's on. I might need... Oh. No, I don't see anybody on. Dio, Magnus, Lurkers. You got somebody? You want us to go raid? Oh, I'd go for the random nest games. Every time. Floyd Mason. Okay. Floyd Mason, doing those random NES games. We're coming for ya. Alright, everyone. Phasers out. Set him to stun. We're going on a raid. But first, let's open those hailing frequencies. I mean, smartphones are amazing, but I miss, like, the flip part. But first, open those hailing frequencies and check out Damage Control blog. At the blog itself, of course. But also, check out our YouTube for blog, for VODs, and original content. If you had a fun time chatting or watching other people chat, you can do both in our Discord. Now, the blog content is every weekday, and on the weekends we stream. I usually stream Saturdays. I'm busy, so I don't make it all the time. But on Sundays, fellow blogger Silver, aka Angela, almost always lands that one. She's in the middle of a Final Fantasy VI playthrough, nearing the end, and you'll be seeing some more of that tomorrow. And if you want to follow us on places that aren't YouTube and Twitch, you can get updates and notifications for streams and blog posts on Facebook, Twitter, and Mastodon. And that is it for tonight. Thank you all for coming by. Thank you for being my good luck charm. We're not going to get away with that quite so easily when we move on to the Gates of McFadden next time, whenever that is. In the meantime, it is off to Floyd Mason. Be nice, have fun, and go nuts. Bye.